All right, FightHype.com here with the youngest super middleweight champion in boxing history, my man, the former two-time WBC super middleweight champion, David Benavidez, fighting May 21st, main event, Showtime Championship Boxing in his home state of Arizona. But first, David, man, there's so much that went on over the weekend. We had Canelo get upset against Dimitri Bivol. What did you think of that fight, bro?
I thought it was a great performance by Dimitri Bivol's part. I always said it, I feel like the dudes that are going to be in there and trying to get Canelo's respect and are actually going to try to hurt him. I'm sorry. The ones that are going to be trying to hurt him every single round instead of just trying to survive until the 12th round are going to be the ones that give him a good fight. Dimitri Bivol has extraordinary power. I've sparred him before too, and he had a good game plan too. I was a little surprised about the scorecards, how they had a 115, 113. I'm still happy that Dimitri Bivol got the victory. I'm glad that they didn't rob the fight. So it was a really good fight all the way until the end. I just feel like Canelo just, he was on his high horse thinking that he could stop everybody. He didn't really look like he had a game plan. He was just trying to land one power shot after another. And I think that really turned around and bit him in the ass at the end of the fight.
Based on what you know about these two fighters and everything, do you think Canelo could win a rematch? Does he have the tools to make the adjustments, or does this guy got his number?
I feel like he could win a rematch, but he has to stick by a game plan and be more dedicated to the game plan. I feel like he was just trying to land one shot, and he looked really gassed, to be honest with you. I don't know what it was. Canelo's really known for having a tremendous gas tank, but he was just too. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. They're gonna be good fights. I'm sure he's gonna get motivated to go in there and get a good rematch in. But I feel like Dimitri Bivol beats him even in the rematch too.
How much does that, what you're talking about with the game plan and whatnot, fall on Canelo, and how much of that falls on the trainer, Eddie Reynoso?
I feel like at the point of Canelo where he's at, I feel like he's going to do whatever he wants to do anyways. I feel like if Eddie Reynoso would have told him to do something, he already had his mind set. As you could see, he was just trying to hit him in the arm. And I don't know, I guess he thought he was going to do the same thing he did to Callum Smith. But I don't know. I feel like they just thought that they were going to go in there and knock the guy out. Honestly, I thought that's what they thought was going to happen. Yeah, now they know that they have to have a better game plan this time. They have to be a little bit more dedicated and follow a game plan to beat Dimitri Bivol.
You mentioned now about halfway through his gas tank wasn't so good, Canelo. If he was fighting you last Saturday night and his gas tank kind of sputtered halfway through the fight, would it have been a lot uglier against you?
Yeah, I feel like I've always said I could hurt Canelo. And I feel like Dimitri Bivol could have had an opportunity to hurt Canelo if he would have went down to the body. Everything was good. He was doing everything good, but he was throwing no body shots. But he's not that type of fighter anyways to throw body shots like that. But I feel like if it was me, I would have went to the body more and I would do a little bit more combinations. And I feel like I would have an opportunity to hurt him.
And based on what you saw from Bivol, what would that fight have looked like between you and him? And I know you're a big super middleweight, so I'm thinking light heavyweight really wouldn't make that much a difference, you having to come up.
No, I'd feel a lot stronger at light heavyweight. I've sparred Dimitri Bivol already. I feel like it would be a great fight. And especially now since, he's coming off a lot of momentum and he had this great victory against Canelo Alvarez. Like I said before, if I don't get any of these fights I want to get at 168, I definitely want to go up to 175 and start my reign there.
We hear things, guys covering the sport in the gyms and in boxing. And a thing I heard around the gyms was those sparring sessions were in your favor, maybe even heavily when you were sparring Bivol. Is that true based on what you know from sparring? You win that fight?
Yeah, definitely. I want to be as respectful as possible. But yeah, I dominated most of the sparring sessions. And I was actually trying to spar him for this camp. I thought I was going to be a tremendous sparring, especially since he was going to he was going to fight Canelo. So I was trying to reach out and get some sparring in. But like I said, with these guys, you have to be at your top game. It's not like it was a one-sided sparring session. It was an easy fight or it'll be an easy fight. Dimitri Bivol is a top-level fighter, and to beat him, I would have to be at my best. But that's what I'm saying. That's why when I fight guys like this or I spar guys like this, I'm always on high, like alert, and like I'm always on point. So it brings the best out in me. So that's why, I definitely do want to fight more of these great fighters.
you know, you mentioned that the guys that were going to beat Canelo were the guys not afraid of him, right? And back off. And Bivol certainly was. I mean, certainly wasn't. He beat the man. But he also looked wary at times of exchanging and really committing to his shots. Do you feel like, you know, you take it a step further fighting either one of them? You would take those chances, and yeah.
Yeah, I feel like at the beginning he was just trying to, but he fought a smart fight. You know, he didn't want to make any mistakes. He was as you could see in the beginning, he wasn't throwing too much, bro. I told everybody too. I'm like, he's probably just catching his timing, or he's trying to see what he throws, or make Canelo think that he's not going to throw nothing back in the later rounds, come back with counters. And you know, I feel like he ended the fight really good. You know, he's committed to not exchanging when he didn't have to. He just threw when he had to throw. And I mean, probably for the fans, it wasn't as exciting as it could have been, but he fought the perfect fight. You know, he was dedicated. I mean, he was committed to not throw when he throws, and only throw when Bivol he wanted to throw. So you know, it was a good game plan by him.
What do you think of, even though, you know, that upset got everyone's attention, but once Monday morning came around on ESPN, Stephen A. Smith was talking about David Benavidez almost more than Canelo or Bivol. He said, and I'm going to paraphrase, David Benavidez is box office. He's a monster. Him and Canelo's a blockbuster fight. The fans need that fight. What do you think of that? You know, getting that.
You know, I feel like I'm still in a good position too, because people are very excited to see this fight. You know, and I feel like everybody knows by the way I fight. The fight that me and Canelo could have would be very exciting, especially because I'm in there. I love the exchange. I love to take some punches too. And, you know, it would be a great fight. You know, I feel like I'd be 10 times more entertaining versus me against Canelo versus him against Bivol again. So, I mean, I feel like it just puts me in a good position. I don't think it takes anything. The only thing it takes away from Canelo losing to Bivol is that, you know, I wanted to be the first one to do that. And like I said, I always thought Canelo was a great fighter, but I never thought he was unbeatable, you know, and you've seen a lot of holes in his game, you know, and then you see that he's human. So, but with me, I feel like, you know, the fight is still as big as it once, as it is. And it could still be one of the biggest fights in, of this decade.
Does that mean there's a part of you that would like to see him actually win a rematch, even though you said you think Bivol wins again? So you can, you know, it can restore that win to what it would be before he lost to Bivol. And was part of you kind of like, that's what you get, Canelo, for not coming my way in a fight most people want to see?
Yeah, kind of a little bit of both. I would definitely like to see him get a win, you know, in the rematch. And like I said, man, it just wasn't me. It was everything I've been saying is, I feel like that's what the people are starting to see now. You know, I mean, there's holes in Canelo's game, and you know, he's not Mayweather. You know, Mayweather was a defensively sound fighter, extremely fast fighter, threw a lot of combinations. Canelo's more of a one-punch fighter. He's going to try to knock you out every round, but there's also opportunities that he hit him and beat him.